The best of the internet, plus musings by C.com writer, Jimmy Traina. Get the link to a new Traina's thoughts each day by following on Twitter and liking on Facebook. Catch up on previous editions of Traina Thoughts. And check Jimmy Traina's weekly podcast, Off the Board, on iTunes, SoundCloud and Stitcher. Point 1. This will be a little convoluted and have many twists and turns, but I'm going to tell you a story about how fake news gets made. Full disclosure, my colleague, Richard Deitch, was the one who put the pieces to this puzzle together. Okay, here we go. On Monday, Sports Business Journal ran a story which was linked in Traina Thoughts that day about NFL ratings for the upcoming season. The story quoted Michael Mulvihill, Executive Vice President of Research, League Operations and Strategy for Fox Sports. Mulvihill basically said that given the abundance of political news these days and an endless cycle of things coming out of the White House, thanks to the current administration, the NFL's viewership could take some kind of hit this season. This was not a partisan comment, it was not pro-liberal or pro-conservative. Just a man looking at the current landscape. Later that day, Awful Announcing ran a post on its site about the Sports Business Journal article and cited how last year's election caused the NFL to lose viewership, which bounced back post-election. So what happened yesterday? The always honest Breitbart ran this headline. Of course, Breitbart went out to rip the Awful Announcing article, not knowing and not caring that the Awful Announcing piece was based off quotes from a Fox Sports executive. And, boom, just like that, now Fox is now part of the liberal media. Point 2. Browns offensive lineman Joe Thomas had some thoughts about the long snapper John Dorenbus getting traded from the Eagles to the Saints so late in training camp. How's he going to learn the playbook in time at John Dorenbus? https://coachmive3. If you were one of the people who had trouble streaming the Mayweather-McGregor fight through UFC.tv, Dana White is ready to refund you. Statement from @DanaWhitePick.Twitter.com of Rainvey4. This list is comical. Now I know why Tom Brady has to peddle $80 pajamas that help you recover. Pick.Twitter.com. Pay Ted Keller 5. Royals GM Dayton Moore met the media on Tuesday to discuss pitcher Danny Duffy getting busted for DUI while at a Burger King. Moore used the opportunity to discuss the dangers of porn, saying, "We're very transparent about things that happen in our game, not only with drugs and alcohol. We talk about pornography, and the effects of what that does to the minds of players and the distractions, and how that leads to abuse of domestic abuse to abuse of women. How it impacts relationships. We talk about a lot of things. And I don't mind sharing with you, I'm not sure how much luck Moore has in convincing men in their 20s and 30s who spend half their year in hotels to pass on the porn, but at least one pitcher seemed a bit skeptical of the message. Risks of what cramping https://Costco1YP6. Charlotte Flair spoke publicly for the first time yesterday since her father, Rick, underwent surgery while facing a serious medical scare. Point 7. J.J. Watts' charity drive for victims of the Houston floods is up to nearly $6 million. If you'd like to donate, just visit youcaring.kajwat. After you donate, enjoy this moment of brevity during one news station's flood coverage. Point 8. Random wrestling video of the day. Here's some vintage 80s. The Honky Tonk Man turns on Jake the Snake Roberts during an edition of The Snake Pit.